to make sure Britt's okay. Who is she?
You mean who was she? She's supposed to be dead.
The steady, rhythmic beep of a heart monitor is the only sound. Drew Kane stands vigil, his knuckles white as he grips the railing of Sonny Corinthos's hospital bed. The mob kingpin is pale, a network of tubes and wires connecting him to the life-sustaining machines. The air is thick with antiseptic and unspoken fear. Carly Corinthos Davis bursts through the doors, her face a mask of pure terror. Is he? He's stable, Drew says, his voice low and gravelly with exhaustion.
For now.
The doctors said the next 24 hours are critical. The bullet nicked his aorta. It was a miracle they got him here in time. Carly doesn't go to Sonny. She goes to Drew, her hands flying to his arms, her eyes searching his. And you? You were there. Are you hurt? Drew shakes his head, the motion stiff. I'm fine. It was a clean shot. Professional. He looks back at Sonny, his jaw tightening. They weren't after me. This was a message. The door swings open again, and Detective Harrison Chase enters, his face grim. Carly.
Drew.
I need to know exactly what happened. Every detail. Carly rounds on him, her fear morphing into fury. What happened, Chase, is that someone tried to assassinate the father of my children in the middle of his own restaurant. What is the PCPD doing about it? Dante's leading the forensic team at the Savoy as we speak, Chase says calmly, though his eyes betray his own turmoil. He turns to Drew. Walk me through it. Drew runs a hand over his face. We were having a meeting. Business. It was just the two of us. The shot came from the building across the street. High-caliber rifle. Single shot. By the time I hit the deck and looked over, Sonny was already down. There was no one there. Just an echo. Chase nods, jotting notes. Any new threats? Any rumblings from the other families? Nothing concrete, Drew admits. But this wasn't a random act of violence. This was a declaration of war.
Int.
Winmere, Library Day. A different kind of tension crackles in the air. Nina Reeves stands by the grand fireplace, her arms crossed, facing her daughter, Willow Taft. Are you even listening to yourself, Mom? Willow's voice is strained, tears glistening in her eyes. You lied to the SEC. You let Drew go to prison for a crime you committed. For what? To get back at Carly? To control Crimson? Nina's composure is a fragile thing. It wasn't that simple, Willow. You don't understand the pressure I was under, the things Carly has done. I don't care. Willow explodes, her voice breaking. I don't care about your feud with Carly. I care that my mother is a person who would let an innocent man rot in a federal penitentiary. What does that make you? What does that make me? Before Nina can respond, the heavy oak doors of the library swing open. Valentine Cassadine stands there, his usual charming smile absent, replaced by a deep, unsettling concern. Nina, he says, his voice soft but urgent. There's been an incident at the Savoy. Sonny's been shot. Nina's hand flies to her mouth, all color draining from her face. The feud with Carly, the argument with Willow, it all vanishes in an instant. Is he? He's alive, Valentine says, his eyes locking with hers, communicating volumes. But it's critical. They've taken him to GH. Without a second glance at Willow, Nina grabs her purse and rushes from the room, a woman possessed. Willow watches her go, a fresh wave of heartbreak washing over her. Even now, Sonny is her first priority.
Int.
General Hospital, Surgical Watch Room, Day. Dr. Hamilton Finn observes the surgery below through the large glass window. On the table is Alexis Davis, undergoing a complex spinal procedure. His brow is furrowed in concentration. The door opens, and Dr. Elizabeth Baldwin Ashford enters, still in her scrubs. Any change? It's delicate, Finn says without turning. Dr. Collins is the best, but the damage from the fall down those stairs, it's extensive. He finally looks at her, seeing the fatigue in her eyes. Tough day. Elizabeth lets out a hollow laugh. You could say that. We just lost a young patient in the ER. A car accident. There was nothing we could do. She leans against the window, her shoulder brushing his. Sometimes this job, it just takes everything out of you. Finn places a comforting hand on her back. I know, but you save so many more than you lose, Liz. You have to hold on to that. Their moment is interrupted as Liesl Albrecht marches into the watchroom, her expression severe. Elizabeth, I need you in the NICU. We have a preemie with respiratory distress that is not responding to conventional treatment. Your experience with the synthetic surfactant trial is required. Elizabeth straightens up, the professional mask sliding back into place. Of course. She gives Finn a small, weary smile and follows her mother out. Finn watches them go, then his gaze returns to Alexis on the table. His phone buzzes. A text from Anna Devane. We need to talk. It's about the shooting. Meet me at the Metro Court. Penthouse.
Now. Int.
Metro Court Penthouse Day. The penthouse is a stark contrast to the sterile hospital. Sunlight streams through the floor-to-ceiling windows, illuminating the opulence. Anna Devane stands with her back to the room, looking out over the Port Charles skyline. John Jagger Cates is pouring himself a whiskey, his movements tight with a familiar, old anger. It's him, Anna. It has to be. The style, the precision. This is Brennan's work. Anna turns, her face a carefully neutral mask, but her eyes are alight with intensity. We don't know that for certain, John. Brennan has been in the wind for over a year. Why surface now? And why target sunny Corinthos? To send a message to the entire eastern seaboard, Jagger counters, taking a long swallow of his drink. Take out the most powerful player in the room, and you create a vacuum. A vacuum someone like Brennan would be all too happy to fill. This isn't just about Sunny. This is about destabilizing the entire city's underworld. The door opens and Finn enters, looking out of place. Anna? You texted. What's this about? Anna gestures for him to sit. The bullet that hit Sunny. The ballistics are unusual. It's a proprietary armor-piercing round we've only ever seen linked to one organization, the DVX. Finn freezes, the color leaching from his face. The DVX. The organization that created him, that turned him into a weapon all those years ago. The ghost of his past, reaching out from the grave to strangle his present. Brennan was DVX, Jagger says, his voice low and dangerous. If he's back and he's using their toys, then this is bigger than a mob hit. This is an act of terrorism.
Int.
Kelly's Diner, Day. The cozy atmosphere of the diner does nothing to soothe the tension at a corner booth. Spencer Cassadine and Trina Robinson Ashford are having a heated, whispered argument. I'm not asking for your permission, Spencer, Trina says, her voice firm but her eyes pleading. This internship with the WSB is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's in Berlin for 6 months. I have to take it. 6 months. Spencer scoffs, pushing his uneaten fries around his plate. Trina, that's a lifetime. And the WSB? After everything my family has been through because of organizations like that? It's dangerous. It's an administrative internship. I'll be analyzing data, not chasing down international criminals. She reaches for his hand, but he pulls it away. I thought you, of all people, would support me wanting to build my own future. My support is here in Port Charles, he retorts. With us. What about our future? Their argument is cut short as ESM Prince slides into the booth opposite them, a smug smile on her face. She holds up her left hand, where a large, ostentatious diamond ring glitters. Sorry to interrupt. Esme purrs. I just had to share my good news. Nicholas and I are engaged. Again. It seems true love really does find a way. Spencer looks like he's been slapped. Trina stares, her mouth agape, all thoughts of her internship momentarily forgotten. Nicholas, my father, is engaged to you? Spencer says, each word dripping with venom. After everything you've done? After you lied, manipulated, and stole Ace from us. Esme's smile widens. People change, Spencer. And your father and I have a son together. We're a family. You should be happy for us. She stands, smoothing down her dress. The wedding is next month. You're both, of course, invited. She saunters away, leaving a cloud of shock and fury in her wake. Spencer looks at Trina, his anger at her now completely redirected. This, he seethes, is exactly the kind of chaos I can't leave you to face alone.
Port Charles needs me.
My family needs me. Trina looks at him, her heart sinking. She sees the old, possessive, controlling Cassadine instincts rising to the surface, and she knows her dream is slipping away.
Int.
General Hospital, Sonny's room, night. The room is dark, lit only by the glow of the monitors. Carly has finally taken a seat, her head bowed, her hand covering Sonny's. She's whispering to him, old stories, pleas for him to fight. The door opens softly, and Nina slips inside. The two women lock eyes, a lifetime of hatred and betrayal passing between them in that single glance. What are you doing here? Carly's voice is a low, dangerous whisper. He's the father of my child, Nina replies, her own voice trembling. I have a right to be here. You have no rights where he's concerned. Carly stands, squaring her shoulders. Get out. Before Nina can retort, a miracle happens. A low, guttural groan comes from the bed. Both women freeze, then rush to his side. Sonny's eyelids flutter. His fingers twitch in Carly's grasp. After an agonizing moment, his dark eyes open, hazy with drugs and pain, but undeniably conscious. Sonny. Carly breathes, tears finally spilling over. He blinks, his gaze unfocused, drifting from Carly's tear-streaked face to Nina's hopeful one. He tries to speak, but only a raspy croak emerges. He licks his dry lips, and with a monumental effort, he focuses. His eyes land squarely on Nina. And then, in a voice barely above a whisper, but clear as a bell in the silent room, he speaks a single name. Nina. The word hangs in the air, charged and devastating. Carly recoils as if struck, her face a canvas of pure, unadulterated betrayal and heartbreak. Nina, meanwhile, looks as if she's been granted a divine blessing, a small, triumphant smile touching her lips.
Int.
Charles Street, alley night. The rain has started, a cold, relentless drizzle that slicks the cobblestones. DX Heller pulls his collar up, meeting a shadowy figure deep in the alley. It's done, the figure says, handing Dex a small, encrypted drive. The security footage from the buildings surrounding the Savoy. I scrubbed the official servers, but this is the raw data.
Dex pockets the drive.
And the shooter?
Gone.
Like a ghost. But there's a pattern. The angle, the escape route, it's classic DVX tradecraft. Dex's phone lights up with a message from Jocelyn. Mom says Sonny is awake. He said Nina's name. I don't know what to do. He types a quick reply. On my way. Stay strong. He looks back at his contact. This is getting too big. We're in over our heads. The game has changed, Heller, the figure says, melting back into the shadows. It's not about mob wars anymore. This is a global play. And Port Charles is the chessboard.
Int.
Windermere, Willow's study night. Willow is sitting at her desk, the documents for the divorce from Michael spread out before her. She hasn't signed them. She's staring at a family photo. Her, Michael, Wiley, and Amelia. Michael enters quietly. Any word on Sonny? He's awake, Willow says softly. She looks up at him, her eyes red-rimmed. He said Nina's name. Michael lets out a heavy sigh, running a hand through his hair. Of course he did. He notices the unsigned papers. Willow. I can't do this, Michael, she whispers, her voice thick with emotion. I look at these papers, and all I see is our family breaking apart. I know what my mother did is unforgivable, but holding on to my anger, it's poisoning me. It's poisoning us. She stands and walks to the window, watching the rain fall. I'm not asking you to forgive her. I don't know if I ever can. But I am asking you. I'm begging you. Let's not let her destroy us, too. Let's fight for what we have. Michael crosses the room and wraps his arms around her from behind, resting his chin on her head. They stand there in silence, two wounded people clinging to each other in the storm, the unsigned divorce papers a testament to a fragile, desperate hope. General Hospital, GH, spoilers update for the week of October 20th to 24th reveals that Emma Scorpio Drake, Braden Bruner, and Giovanni Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, will scheme while Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, scores her next lawyer. A party will also end in catastrophe, so things are about to get wild in Port Charles. Despite Brooke Lynn Quartermain's Amanda Seton best intentions, the celebration she's holding at the Quartermain mansion will lead to clashing. Tracy Quartermain's Jane Elliott presence at the tea party will set up a showdown with Veronica Ronnie Bard, Erica Slezak, so that'll turn the gathering into a big mess. Speaking of big messes, there'll be one in the courtroom as well after Willow and Nina Reeves' Cynthia Watros arraignment brings an unexpected development. Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, will be furious, but he'll try to settle down long enough to focus on the task at hand. Willow will need a new attorney, so Drew may try to strike a deal with Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn. Alexis will indeed get an appealing offer, so Drew might agree to ditch those restraining orders and allow visits with Scout Quartermain, Cosette Abinante. Whatever the case, Willow has a meeting on the way with her next lawyer, so it's good that she'll get her legal representation squared away. Over with Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr. She'll have a venting session and appreciate Isaiah Gannon's, Andy Wilson, support, though she may not let anything slip about her pregnancy just yet. As for Kai Taylor, Jens Austin Astrup, he'll deliver an apology to Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, but he may continue to keep secrets about his night at Drew's place with Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ollie. While Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, gets into an argument with Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, will react to a surprise visitor at Steinmauer. There could be a path to freedom if Valentine plays his cards right. GH spoilers hint that Valentine still wants vengeance when it comes to Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, who may have to watch his back thanks to this sneaky partnership that's rising. Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, will launch an investigation, so we'll see if that involves concerns about Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, and his shady behavior. Whatever the case, Michael will take a bold step forward in his plan, so Willow may suffer even more. Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, will be shocked over what comes next, so